What are you doing?
Jason, I think you should stop. We should just...
Get out of here,
please.
right now.
I'm not leaving without you.
What happened?
Jason just made it look like Ruiz and his men killed each other.
No. That's not what happened. I shot a man.
Who tried to kill you? It was self-defense, Rick. But that's going to be very difficult to prove considering Jason just wiped all the prints off the gun. So look at me. Look at me. You have a decision to make right now. You're either going to make a full confession to the cops or run. And I'm going to stand behind you, no matter what you decide, but you have to decide now.
All right, go take a shower, bring the clothes you're wearing back down here to me.
What are you doing?
We gotta burn our clothes, get rid of any powder residue.
I never fired a gun.
Well, I did, Sam, and I was holding your arm. I'm not gonna take any chances that you're gonna be implicated.
It was self-defense.
Self-defense? Those guys weren't even shooting at me. They never even saw me coming. The cops would call it murder, and they'd be right.
Probably show up soon. Anytime there's a break-in or unsolved shooting, you get picked up for questioning.
Yeah, well, district attorney could add 3 more names to the list of people he thinks I killed.
No, you cannot believe a word out of Durant's mouth. He hates you, and maybe you did kill some of the people he's talking about, Jason, but they're far from innocent.
How can you be so sure? I thought I didn't talk about my work with you.
You didn't.
Maybe that's why. Maybe, you know, I wanted you to love me, so I couldn't tell you that the people I killed were innocent, that the only thing they did wrong was getting Sonny's way.
Why are you so determined?
Because
the worst in yourself.
Of what just happened. I shot 3 people. I didn't even stop and think. You know, maybe that's what I do. I just shut down. I do the work. I don't think. I don't question anything. I don't feel sorry for any... What happened to your wrist? That's why I grabbed you when I ran away. I hurt you.
Bruise easily. It's not a big deal.
I was dragging you so fast you could barely keep up.
Don't apologize for getting me to safety.
Does it bother you that I just shot 3 guys?
Those men were going to kill Rick. They threatened you. They fired a bullet that nearly missed me in the head. So no, I'm not feeling a whole lot of regret over their deaths right now. If anything, this proves what I've been trying to tell you. You act to defend the people you care about.
You need to believe that because you're in love with me.
Jason, it's Mac. Open up.
Sure, come in. Hey. Hi.
It's a little warm for a fire in here, isn't it?
No, Jason and I, we like to roast marshmallows.
Not tonight. Jason's needed at the PCPD. Durant wants you for questioning.
Oh, come on. Are those really necessary?
We're going to read him his rights. These are a precaution.
Are you aware that Jason has been...
He can't remember? Again.
He's got a hyperfused frontal cortex, which, trust me, it is as bad as it sounds. He's had blackouts and seizures, and he needs to take medication exactly as prescribed, okay?
If Jason needs to take medication, you give it to me. I'll make sure that he gets it within the next 24 hours.
24 hours?
You know the drill, Sam. Durant's going to keep him as long as possible.
Are you serious? I mean, you're okay with him violating his rights?
I've got 2 dead men on the way to the coroner, and one that's not expected to make it, all right? They were the dregs of the earth, but they had a right to live.
Jason is not responsible for that.
You can tell that to Durant. You want to give me that medication?
It's in my pocket. Next dose in 3 hours.
I'll make sure you get it. You have the right
Jason,
to
don't say
remain
anything,
silent.
okay? Just keep quiet. I'll make sure everything is
Will be
okay.
used against you in court of law.
What about Jason Morgan?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him in a couple hours.
Yeah. Well, maybe Jason can clear up some of the confusion. Mac, why don't you cuff him across from his buddy there? Hey, Jason. Manuel Ruiz and a couple of his associates were found shot in the park earlier tonight. Do you know anything about that? Did Sonny ever discuss Ruiz with you? Did he ever mention that Ruiz was a threat? Did Sonny ever tell you that he needed to have Manuel Ruiz dead, that he wanted him to die? You know, Jason, I've been doing a little bit of checking up on you, and I think I have a better appreciation for who you are, truly. 10 years ago, you're a model citizen, straight A's, med student. I know for a fact that your parents were very proud of you. Then you had this this terrible accident. You're a child in a man's body, unable to reason, unable to tell right from wrong. And then this slime ball, he comes into your life. He recruits you to work for him. Hell, he might as well have gone off to a schoolyard and hired a 6-year-old. That's how little you understood what you were doing. This man used you, and he took advantage of your injuries. He used you to eliminate his enemies. He used you to enforce his will. Well, Jason, right now, this is your chance. And it may be your only chance to break free of the hold that Sonny has held over you. It may be your only chance forever. But you can do it if you answer one question. Did Sonny Corinthos ever tell you that he wanted Manuel Ruiz dead?
I have nothing to say without my lawyer.
That was your chance, man. That was your one chance. And you just blew it.
Does that mean Jason was taken there too?
Yeah, Mac already came to the apartment.
How is Jason?
How much do you know?
A guy named Ruiz tried to kill Rick, and Jason killed him instead.
Okay. Jason and I, we were walking through the park, and out of nowhere, this bullet went past my head, and everything happened so fast, I'm still not really clear on it, but Jason, he just kind of exploded. And he had taken one of these guys' guns and shot them all.
These are the guys who shot Rick and Max.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Jason is wrong. It's just, Emily, I've never seen him work before, you know? I mean, I've seen him threaten people and intimidate and break into places, but not that.
Does it change the way you feel about him?
No. No, nothing could ever change how much I love Jason. I just understand why he's afraid of himself. He doesn't know the reasons why he learned how to react like that. All he knows is he can shoot someone before they have the chance to shoot him, or put down their gun, or run away.
That's not what these Ruiz people were going to do.
Jason used to know who he was fighting and what to expect, but that's all gone now. You know, I want so badly to be able to help him, and I don't know how, because I can't convince him of who he is, and I can't convince him to trust himself.
Are you afraid he's going to confess?
No. No. I know that Jason's instincts are going to kick in by then, you know? He's going to keep quiet.
Sonny's probably already called a lawyer. Why don't you just stay here until they're released?
Yeah. I mean, if I go down to the station, I'll just probably make everything worse. It's probably better that I stay here. That's a good idea.
One of the men killed tonight was a single shot through the heart, point blank range. That's got your signature all over it, Sonny. So you see, if you don't cooperate with me here, that would make you my #1 suspect.
Do you have anything in the way of evidence here, Mr. Durant? Or are you just throwing around random accusations at my clients for the pleasure of hearing your own voice?
Well, Sonny must be really nervous to summon you from the hospital bed to come down here and defend him and Jason. I mean, that's practically an admission of guilt. Would you say so there, Ruiz?
Thanks for coming by, Rick. You know, it's not necessary. I'm going to call Justice. Ruiz, can you go ahead and take me to the hospital?
Okay. It's not often that I'm able to do you, much less Jason, a favor, okay? This is one time I can. We were discussing evidence, Mr. Durant, or in this case, the complete lack thereof.
Jason's hands and clothing tested negative for powder residue. The only prints on the gun belong to Ruiz and his men.
Very good. So you have no evidence. I'd appreciate it if you would kick my clients loose.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, sure. Jason, he's free to go. I still have a couple of questions for your brother here.
Thanks.
Well, what do you know? Maybe Jason is a new man. I've never seen him so polite to you before. It's too bad his memory loss has also affected his aim, however. 2 bullets, and he failed to check and see if Ruiz was actually dead. Yeah, so I suspect that when Ruiz does regain consciousness, he will have no trouble IDing the shooter.
You all right?
Yeah. What's the matter, Mr. Lansing? Did I say something to upset you?
Nicholas talked about coming over to tell Sonny to stop disrespecting Courtney. I wanted to scream. First of all, Sonny has every right to think that Nicholas and Courtney behaved badly. And second, and more importantly, Sonny's dealing with things that are a lot more urgent at the moment.
But nothing could be more important than the end of your marriage.
No, of course, you know, I'm hurt and yeah, I'm angry, but as painful as it is, it's not a matter of life and death. You know, that's what you and Sonny are dealing with. He doesn't even know himself, and I know that that's really hard on you.
It's just when I saw the look on Jason's face when he realized he bruised my arm, Emily, he was horrified. He seems to hate the violence he's capable of. He doesn't want to remember who he was.
You're afraid he's gonna leave town?
I'm afraid that he'll leave me behind for what he thinks is my own good. And I'll never be able to find him again.
Good chance. Manny survived. But even if he dies, the Ruiz family is not going to shut down. They're going to want to retaliate. So what I need you to do is make a move against them before they do anything.
I'm done to us. Kill it for you. I don't want any part of you or your business or your life.
I don't get what you're talking about. You just took out Ruiz and his family.
No, I did it out of reaction. I didn't do it for you. And that was the last time.
I tried to show Jason the good parts of his life, the reasons why he protected everyone, why we all love him, but he can't seem to connect to anything.
Look, Sam, I don't want to lose Jason either. He's my brother. I love him. I need his advice now more than ever, but we can't make him stay in Port Charles if it's not what he wants.
Just don't know what to do anymore.
Except love him enough to let him go.
I don't think I can.
I'm the last one who should advise you on anything. But truthfully, if anyone can help Jason remember, it's going to be you.
You're right. You're right, Emily. I have to convince Jason that I can help him, and that's it. Right?
It works, yeah.
Worry about security. I don't remember anything I did for you, so there's nothing for me to tell.
That's not an issue. Sure, I trusted you with my business, but what we have goes way beyond
Yeah,
that.
I know. I know, we're supposed to be friends, but I'm not real clear how someone asks a friend to do the things I did for you. And apparently I was grateful for some reason.
You weren't somebody who watched my back or my family for a paycheck. You're like a brother to me. 10 years ago, you walked into my place of business.
Yeah, I know, I've heard it all.
But not from me. Whether you owe me or not, give me at least that. All those years ago, you came into my nightclub, and in the middle of the band's second set, you threw a fit, broke furniture, threw things. You pretty much had a meltdown.
Why?
Why? Because people were trying to force you to be someone you weren't.
Except for you.
Well, I related. I have a temper, and I'm not always what people expect me to be. And when I told you that I know what it feels like to get so angry you want to break something, You asked me if I was brain damaged too. Since then, that was it.
And then somehow, I became your hitman. See, that's the part I'm really having a hard time trying to understand.
You went from being alone to having a family. My youngest son, Morgan, is your godson, your namesake, and Michael worships the ground you walk on. And you are the only other person aside from my sons that Carly would throw herself in front of a train for if she was in the state of mind to make that decision.
I wish I could say that meant something to me.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm standing here trying to figure out myself how I'm going to tell Michael that you don't care about him anymore.
He seems like a good kid. Answer me one question. Did I enjoy my work?
You were great at it. The one thing you lost in the accident was fear. You were never scared, and I think the more you pushed the envelope, the more you needed to feel that adrenaline rush. First time you offered to pick up a gun for me, I tried really hard to talk you out of it, but you didn't want any part of it, so I respected your decision.
Yeah, a lot of people blame me for turning me into who I was.
Hey, you know what? Things, they were more complicated than that.